Hi guys, I'm Sandra Moulton. I'm the mother of two beautiful military connected girls, the spouse of a retired Army officer. I've been in education for 25 years and I'm the author of the book series, It's PCS Season and Big Dreams. And I am here today to have story time with you. If you saw my bloopers a few minutes ago, you will see that we are out of school today for bad weather. The Tennessee area has been under tornado warnings and a tornado watch. Our area is under a watch right now. It is thundering. But what do you do on bad weather days? Do you normally sit by the window and read a book? I don't think so. Like when I was growing up, and a lot of times I was at my granny's house, and in my book of big dreams, I talk about being at my granny's house. But when I was growing up, they would always say, "Get away from that window, turn off the lights." I don't even know why we would turn off the lights. You couldn't take showers. You couldn't take just sit quiet in the dark. They didn't want the TVs on so that the power wouldn't the TVs wouldn't pop. I don't know. Anyway, so, what I want to do on this bad weather day is I want to get cozy in my yellow chair. I have my Starbucks coffee in my New York City mug, and I'm going to read chapter 2 of It's PCS Season again. The first chapter, we talked about post living. We talked all about post living and why Ryan was not happy to hear her parents talk about moving again. She was in a situation where she was sick of moving from place to place, and her parents had picked out the perfect house in the perfect neighborhood. Perfect, right? Because we know that that doesn't exist. But in the minds of our military connected kids, sometimes they feel like we're in the perfect location, right? There is no way we should be moving again. Well, they've started talking about it. And so we heard all about it. And if you missed that read aloud, then I need for you to check out the link for that particular read aloud so you'll know what happened in chapter 1. Today, I'm going to dive into deployments, okay? So get your coffee milk, get your favorite Starbucks mug, or whatever mug that you like to drink out of. Get yourself a nice scarf, get in a comfy space, and let's read. So chapter 2 is, and I'm sorry, this is his PCS season again. Ryan dances with the possibilities of change. The illustrator is Lily Quintana R, and yours truly is the author. So here we go with deployments, chapter 2. Remember, this is a beginner's chapter book, so there are not a lot of illustrations in the book, but I hope that you will enjoy learning more about the life of a military child and some of the obstacles that they have to overcome, and some of the ways that Ryan helps overcome these obstacles. I hope that they can be helpful for you. All right, so here we go. Besides being very hard or difficult for the family members, I'm sorry, did I skip a page? Did I skip something? Okay, wait. Let me read the end of chapter 1 and then I'll go into chapter 2 deployments. Okay, so I had so many mixed feelings about what I overheard because when we moved into this house, I remembered my dad saying that this might be the last duty station. Even though he said might, I was very hopeful because he was thinking about retiring from the Army. He said he was tired of deploying and being away from us. It felt good knowing that my dad would probably never have to deploy again because deployments were very hard. Chapter 2, deployments. Besides being very hard or difficult for the family members, deployments were also long. They usually lasted 6 to 18 months. We would get sad sometimes when our dad had to be gone for so long, but those were also the times when it was nice to live in post housing. Most times, many of the kids on base had a parent that was deployed at the same time as my dad. We would talk about the deployment together and do things to take our mind off of it. When my dad deployed last, he wrote us letters and sent videos of himself reading books to us. Riley was so young that she didn't know he was not really there. She would try to talk to him through the TV. So today, with today's deployments, most times, what I've noticed at the school that I'm at now, when the parents deploy, they still have access to their telephone. They can still call and and talk to the family that way. But when Cedric deployed, it was very different, right? We hardly heard from him, but we would get packages in the mail, and it would be videos of him having story time with the girls. I don't know if you've ever experienced a deployment, but if you have, please leave a comment about the communication in this video. I remember saying, Riley, Wooka, Daddy's not here. He can't hear you, Wooka. My dad used to have a pet name for us both. He called us Tuka and Wooka. I have no idea where he got those names from, but I'm happy that he lost them somewhere along the way. When it would get close to time for my dad to come home, we would start a countdown to the day our soldier was to return. We would mark the days on a calendar and also make signs to celebrate his return. So in this story, I tried to really help you see what it is like for the military-connected family that is going through a deployment. These events or the accounts in this story are accounts from our life as a military family and some of the obstacles that we truly overcame. Once when my dad was returning from deployment, I can remember standing in the stadium looking all around and seeing so many people waiting for their soldiers to return. It was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. People had signs of all sizes, balloons and flowers. You could feel the excitement in the air. It was contagious. Everyone was chattering and pointing, "They're coming! They're coming!" Then, before I realized it, just like that, several big buses pulled up and the soldiers marched onto the field. People were crying and clapping at the same time. I remember my mom pointing and saying, "There's Daddy, look, there's Daddy." But they all looked just alike in uniform to me. I couldn't tell who Daddy was because everyone was so far away from us. They all literally looked just alike. The things that people would do to prepare for their soldiers coming home was sometimes interesting to me. One time, my mom even had a photo shoot set up for my dad's arrival. At first, I didn't understand. I was thinking, why would we be doing a photo shoot on Dad's arrival day? However, later I understood. My mom wanted to capture the moment and joy of the day. We were all dressed in similar outfits that would match my dad's uniform. When my daddy finally arrived to where we were standing, we were so happy to see him. It had been 9 months since we had seen our dad outside of the TV screen. I just remember hugging him really tight. Then just like that, we walked to another part of the field and took our family pictures. The pictures turned out really cute and were loved by everyone who saw them. And that's the end of that chapter. So for those of you that are just joining us for PCS season again, let me remind you that this book and all of my other books can be purchased on my website at www.oursquarejourney.com/shop. If you would like to check out all of the website, please feel free to do that. These books, It's PCS Season, are true accounts of our family's life while my husband was serving in the military. These books are perfect for any kid that is going through any kind of change, and it will give you a lot of information about what it's like being a military-connected kid and some tools that can help you if you're going through any kind of change. They are not only for the military-connected family, they're for any family or any kid that's going through a change. So tell me about your deployments, what you've experienced, some of the crazy photo shoots or things that you've done for your soldier to return. I would love to hear from you. You can send me an email at oursquarejourney@gmail.com, or you can just post it in the comments below. Thank you for having story time with me on this bad weather day. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope you get yourself some coffee milk and have a great day. Bye.